Hi BookTube, it's Peg and Boomer back at the history shelf. Can you hear me? Guess who got groomed today? This guy. Look at this guy. Can you look at the camera, please? Look at this guy. Oh my god. He's just the cutest when he gets groomed. Oh, and he smells so good. And he wants to go get treats right now, but look at these legs. Oh, Boomer. Baby. Say hello to your adoring fans. Son. Okay, it's not happening. Anyway, happy Friday evening to everybody out there. Got a little bit of the ocean spray wave going on there. Getting my hair cut next week, so yeah. Okay. We know how this goes. Okay, so wow, I haven't made a Friday Reads video in I don't know how long. Maybe this is my first. I don't know. I'm trying to catch up, guys. This is more of a catch-up, kind of a informal video. I just miss talking to you guys. I've been reading a lot, but at the same time, it's been so hot here, and choking on smoke, and allergies that I just haven't had a lot of energy to make videos. Today's the first day where I'm feeling better, so I thought I'd come to you and show you what I've been reading. Let me go ahead and pick up the stack off the floor. I mentioned this before on this channel that I read several books at the same time, nonfiction, and I usually have at least one fiction going. This time I have two. Okay, so now you can hear me because the air conditioning's off. It has just been, it's either blowing air conditioning, and now over here we've got the air purifier running. Why can't I figure this out? There. Oh, you guys. Okay, how's everyone else doing out there? Are you guys having a heat wave where you are? Is there any forest fires? How's your air quality? How's your health? These are things I want to know. Let's start with some of the books that, I will be starting a book. Now I need to add that to the pile. I've actually just started, but save that. I'm reviewing a couple of fiction for Historical Novel Society. One I haven't started yet because I have until September 15th. That's my due date. My deadline, as it were, and I'm neck deep into this book right here. This is historical fiction. This is The Blind Light, a novel by Stuart Evers. This is going to be coming out from W.W. Norton. And this is the advanced proof. But I've never read anything by this guy, by Mr. Evers. He is the award-winning author of Your Father Sends His Love, also another book called 10 Stories About Smoking, and the acclaimed novel If This Is Home. Never heard of any of them, but the abstract of the story sounded intriguing, so I thought I would take a look. As you can see, I am about halfway through. It's a multi-generational story about two families living in the shadow of nuclear apocalypse. The year is 1959. Two young soldiers, Drummond and Carter, one working class, the other privileged, form an intense and unlikely friendship at Doomtown, a training center that simulates the aftermath of an atomic strike. Years later, the men watch in horror as the events of the Cuban Missile Crisis unfold. Carter, now a high-ranking British government official, offers Drummond a way to save himself and his family in the event of a nuclear strike. Their pact, kept secret, will have devastating consequences for the very lives they seek to protect. Spanning decades from the 1950s to the present, this ambitious, original novel offers a nuanced and absorbing portrait of friendship and rivalry that explores class divisions and the psychological legacy of the nuclear age. So, there you go. The Blind Light. I will reserve judgment until I'm done. and I have to write up my review, but so far it's moving along. I don't know where it's going, but it's moving along. Okay. The next book I'm currently reading is for a buddy read with John David and Sharon Goforth. And John has his own channel, which I highly recommend. He does weekly book reviews. They're very thoughtful. Well, they're completely fleshed out and way better than mine, let's just say. I like to extemporize a little bit. Oh, we had a little glitch there. Okay. And this is my version. I think they're both reading the paperback, but I had the Library of Edition, the subscription edition, which is just this beautiful green, deep green, forest green. And this is Richard Hofstadter's Anti-Intellectualism in America. And of course, this edition has more of his writings. It also has the Paranoid Style and essays from 1956 to 1965. But we are buddy reading Anti-Intellectualism in America, considered a classic. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's Anti-Intellectualism in American Life. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm about a little over 110 pages in. I need to catch up to them. They've gotten a little far ahead of me. But I'm really enjoying it. Have any of you read this, Anti-Intellectualism in American Life? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the feel of this Library of America edition. The pages are like paper thin. It's like reading a Bible. Okay, I'm sure you know if you have these books. Just not even wafer thin. It's even lighter than that. Again, like Bible paper. It's just like, whoa. That's how they can squeeze so many works into these books. But wonderful feel to it. It's just like almost pocket sized, you know, almost. But they're beautiful editions. So really enjoying this little intellectual history adventure into America's founding and past. Now, I've been working on this all year because I read nightly, or I try to read nightly, along with my Bible. I have a commentary, and I've been studying the book of John in the New Testament. So I am almost done now with The Message of John by Bruce Milne, part of the Bible Speaks Today series, which is, you know, the great John Stott, you know, rest in peace. He is passed on to his reward, but he was the New Testament series editor. Anyway, yeah. And most of the back of this book is a study guide. So I'm really almost done with this. I found the footnotes to be fabulous. He's given me more ideas for further reading. This thing is written in, underlined, and that's what I do with my commentary books. I talk back to the text. That's how I really engage with and learn from the Bible and how I'm studying it. So yeah, I'm about 25 pages away from finishing. So almost done with that. Speaking of John Stott, I have many of his books actually, and I have a nice big fat biography on him on the bottom shelf down there. See if you can see it down there. Boom! John Stott. I need to read that. I'd like to have a history of his life, or biography of his life, and learn more about how he came to his position in England and his role in just being one of the leading theologians and pastoral leaders of his day, and an inspiration to Christians worldwide. This is one of his better known books, which I am currently reading. This is The Incomparable Christ by John Stott. I can give you a quick synopsis if you'd like. So in The Incomparable Christ, John Stott brings to print his AD 2000 London lectures on contemporary Christianity. In this landmark book, one of the outstanding evangelical statesmen and intellects of the last half-century directs our attention to the one like no other, Jesus Christ. Stott invites us to view Jesus from 4 aspects. The original Jesus, the New Testament witness to Jesus in Gospels, Acts, and Letters. The ecclesiastical Jesus, how the church has presented him from Justin Martyr, Benedict, and Anselm, to Thomas à Kempis, Luther, and Jefferson, to Gutierrez, Wright, and the Edinburgh and Lausanne missionary confessions of the 20th century. And okay, then the influential Jesus, how he has inspired people from St. Francis to Tolstoy, from Gandhi to Roland Allen, from Father Damien to William Wilberforce. And then the eternal Jesus, how he challenges us today through 10 visions from the book of Revelation. So this is the Jesus who is like no other, worthy of our worship, our confession, and our obedience as we follow him into the future. Indeed. It's a really good book. And this is put out by one of my favorite presses, InterVarsity Press. One of my favorite publishers. And in fact, I have an upcoming video. I have new books that have arrived from InterVarsity Press. Both books that I have ordered that were marked down, and a couple for review. I've got a couple of review copies from InterVarsity Press, so I'm very excited. And I am about just really kind of nudging into this one, about 55 pages in. And I'm in the section that covers the original Jesus. So he's looking at the New Testament witness in Gospels, Acts, and Letters. So this is what I'm also currently reading this Friday. And then another fiction. This time it's a mystery, because I've been meaning to get to this. And I was finishing up other books that were for review, or other just commitments that I had made to finish up books for either read-alongs or reviews, written reviews, or video reviews. And this one is all for me. This is Elizabeth George's 4th book in the series, the Inspector Lynley series. This is A Suitable Vengeance. And I have like books 5, 6, and 7 waiting to go. I purchased them one day, like I'm going to plow through these. I think even Martine wants to read these because she enjoys, she has watched almost every BBC mystery series, detective show out there. And we watched a lot together, but she really just goes to town on the stuff. Or this one was put on by PBS, but she even got into these, and she wanted to watch them with me, and I'm like, I'll watch the first 3 based on books I've already read, but I want to read her series, and then I'll go back and watch the adaptation. So I don't want to have it ruined, but she's already like gone through and watched a bunch of seasons, and and she says, but I'd like to read the books. And it's like, well, good, because I've decided I'm going to collect these. A lot of other mysteries I give away or donate or whatever, pass along, but I'm going to hang on to the Elizabeth George series, and they're nice. See that flap? Who does that remind you of? They're not like the, I hate the narrow mass market paperbacks. These are the nice, kind of like nice wide. They fall just wonderfully as you're reading. Yeah, so I'm about 83 pages. I'm on chapter 6. This book is interesting in that I thought it would pick up from the last book, but it doesn't. This is almost like a prequel. This book takes you back to events before her first book, A Great Deliverance. So you get a little bit of the back history with Lynley, Deborah, Simon St. James, and Helen, Lady Helen. So it takes you back. So obviously there's no Barbara Havers on this one. It's all about a little love triangle going on here. So reading Elizabeth George. So that's the fun. Oh, and then this one I'm about to start. I'm really excited too. And actually I've got my bookmark in, and I've already started to read the intro and the author's note. My good friend, Colonel Keith Nightingale. Just a great guy I've gotten to know via email and his writings. He sent me some really great pictures of his time in Vietnam and visits back there, and I knew this book was coming. He told me he was working on it. after we connected over Just Another Day in Vietnam, which again I highly recommend. It was a great third-person type of memoir of his experiences there with the 52nd Ranger Battalion, South Vietnamese 52nd Ranger Battalion, and an ambush that they walked into, and how they got out of it. So this book is about his involvement with trying to organize special operation forces to try to rescue the Iranian hostages back in the 1979. So let me just give you, just read this real quick. In 1979, the U.S. Embassy in Tehran was seized and the American citizens there taken hostage, as we all know. The Joint Chiefs of Staff examined its inventory of capabilities and concluded it had in reality no capabilities other than nuclear weapons or mass conventional forces, neither of which were rational options. Any capability tailored for this form of conflict would have to be built from scratch. So this is where the creation of like the SOF comes from, I guess. So Keith Nightingale was Deputy Operations Officer of Joint Task Force Eagle Claw, which attempted to do just that. This is his personal, unique account of the events leading to the rescue attempt and how its failure directly led to the creation of the Special Operations Competency. I don't know why I can't speak today. It's the heat. Which, okay, directly led to the creation of the Special Operations Competency that the United States enjoys today. That wasn't so hard. I don't know why I stumbled over that word. So this is all about his personal recollections, and it's kind of formed in the just from what I've read from the author's note and how it's pulled together. We've got like snippets here and there of like notes he's taken or observations. He'll cover a certain aspect of what he was tasked to do, and then he had like some certain notes that he wrote about it. Like definitions of different things. A plan emerges. The plan, converting ideas into reality. So this looks like really, it's definitely going to be written a little bit differently than the Just Another Day in Vietnam, but I think I'm going to learn a lot. And I didn't really know that the Special Operations Forces were really kind of born from the failure of the trying to rescue the hostages in Iran in 1979. So this is Phoenix Rising, from the ashes of Desert One to the rebirth of U.S. Special Operations. And this is put out by Casemate Publishers. And they had also put out his other book. So, what do you think? I think I've got quite a lot going on for Friday Reads. Let's see if I can do a little pile here. Ooh. Nice mixture of history, theology, religion, intellectual history, detective, murder mystery. Okay, hang on. We're almost there. And then we've got Elizabeth George for a little fun on top. It can't all be heavy reading, folks, you know what I'm saying? And I like a good detective story. So this is my Friday Reads, guys. What you thinking? Okay, tell me what you guys are reading. It's Friday, August 14th. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me what you think of these books. Talk to me. All right, guys, that's it for now. Until next time, I'll see you back here at the History Shelf. Ciao.